Welcome to ZussieMakesit. This is part 7 of the master bathroom renovation, and I just wanted to go a little bit back in time when we first started with this bathroom renovation, how it all looked like before, and you can see that it's all dated and old, and it really needed a lift to make it be well distributed and that we could use it in a better way. So we decided to do the renovation, and with my mom we went to so many different places to try to see if we could get ideas, maybe find the right vanities and just the tubs, and I just started the research, guys. This is what I do when I start a renovation. A lot of research and a lot of fun with my mom and my parents, just trying to figure out what we're gonna do when we want to renovate and do something. So that's my number one tip for you guys: research, research, research. Like I was telling you, we went to so many places: Floor & Decor, Lowe's, Home Depot. I looked online. I just wanted to get a feel of what was out there available, and once we were able to determine what we wanted, I decided to go pick up everything from the store. This was the vanity that we went to pick up in this occasion, and when we went there we had to go all the way to Burbank because we did not have anywhere where we could go pick up a vanity that we wanted nearby our location. We also went to the home department stores to try to figure out, because I had to figure out in a few days whether or not we were going to end up doing just a shower or if we wanted to go and do a tub and shower combo. That's what we had to figure out, and we had to figure it out really fast because we decided to do this on a whim and just to surprise my sister and her husband and my little nephew that were coming on vacation for the holidays, and we wanted to have the place ready and welcoming for them. So this is us when we were bringing the vanity back from Burbank, and we were trying to figure out how to bring it down because that thing was really heavy and the truck was really high. Luckily, there was somebody that was working nearby that helped us, and I was afraid of it coming down just like the way that he wanted, but it ended up working out and we were very thankful, and we were able to get the vanity down without damaging it, which was our first priority. One of the first things that I did was to take out that tub that you see there. It didn't have any purpose for us. We didn't use it, so we decided to just take it out. And it was easy enough. It was a good sign that this project was gonna go on the right foot from the start. I had to take out everything that we had accumulated in that bathroom, especially the shower, because the shower had not been in use for about maybe a year or a year and a half. I really lost count. But we needed to get everything cleared and also demoed. And let me tell you guys, this demolition was one of the hardest ones as far as, physically being able to get that enclosure out. It might have been fiberglass because the smell when I was cutting it was super strong. So I recommend you wear your safety gear, wear your masks. I didn't do that, and I should have. And I had a headache for the next couple of days, and I could smell that fiberglass. I also had to work on fixing the drywall where Juan had done the plumbing for the double sink vanity. We had been debating for a couple of days whether or not to just do the shower and leave the wall how it was, but after doubting our initial decision, we decided to just knock down that wall, make a tub and shower enclosure, and this is me bringing down that wall, which wasn't as hard as I thought, and I was really happy about that. We were left with a blank slate ready to go. This is where it gets really scary but really exciting at the same time, because you've done the hard work, the really hard work of demo. Now it's time to start with the fun stuff, like looking at your vanity, getting all your fixtures and all of the things that we needed to get, like the tub and the shower enclosure. I started fixing more of the walls because this is the name of the game, guys. You have to do one job after the other no matter what happens. Just keep moving because we were on a tight schedule. Like I was telling you, we were waiting for my sister and her family to come here and use this bathroom, and that shower and the tub had to be ready for our little baby Miles to get his baths. I was working on all of the fixing of the walls. That was a big deal in this whole renovation, and just patching up everything with joint compound and getting it ready so that we could get that final texture on the walls. Guess what, guys? We knocked down the wall, but we had to build it again because we needed to put that shower enclosure. Of course, we moved the wall about a foot or a foot and a half to be able to accommodate the tub, and then build everything around it for that shower enclosure. As soon as we had that tub and wall installed, I knew this was my chance to start the flooring, because once I finished that flooring, we could do the finishes on the walls, like texture and paint, and finally get that vanity inside and finish installing the tub and shower enclosure, which we're gonna do in this episode right now. We had already positioned the tub, but it wasn't completely attached, and Juan had been working on the plumbing underneath. So right here, he was about to turn on the water, and I had screwed in the drain. So hopefully I did a good job, and let's see what happened here. Oh my gosh, it's coming. Everything is full. Okay, here we go. Okay, there's no water coming through.
¿No está saliendo agua?
No.
¿Ya está abierta?
¿La abro? ¿Cómo se abre?
No le abría todo.
Sí, ahí salió. Está salpicando. Está salpicando. ¿Lo apago? ¿Qué pasó, pues? Porque empezó a salir. Si no va a salir por atrás. Por el aire.
Por el aire que tiene, pues.
We had to attach the tub to the walls, so we did that by pre-drilling and then screwing in the tub into the studs that we had available. And the tub comes with some flaps, and that's where exactly you'll need to do the pre-drilling and then screwing everything. Something that's really important is to put some protection where you're drilling and screwing in things, because it's so close the way that you are working there that you'll need that piece of cardboard or piece of plywood so that you don't damage the tub and the enamel. Here we had already put the drywall, which is specifically for a humid environment like the bathroom. And Juan was working on the back of it where he's fine-tuning all of the plumbing for the shower head and also the tub spout. I was super curious and very antsy about trying to see if the wall enclosure was gonna fit, so we decided to do a dry fit on it, and it worked out perfectly. But you'll see later that we had a little bit of trouble, which made my heart skip a bit because I thought we were not gonna be able to get it correctly and that I needed to buy a whole new wall enclosure. I'll tell you more about it later, but for now I was happy with the dry fit. we dry fitted the panels that you see here, and they are looking really cool, guys. I like it. It's giving it a nice finish. And the good thing is that they also say that this panel here that you have for the niche, we're gonna be able to put in other type of like an accent tile. So that's gonna be really cool, because I think we are gonna be doing something like that just to make it, you know, to zhuzh it up, how they say, and make it a little bit more nice. So we have the wall open on this side, so he's been able to work here as well to adjust and make things tidy and perfect. So all we have to do right now really is put in the panels. I do need to silicone and caulk. What I saw in other videos is that they're using this bathtub surround as a kind of like a liquid nails, and then they do the silicone that's gonna go on all of the corners. They do it with a DAP amp. With the floors, I'm almost done as well. I'm at the very end, so I'm gonna have to try to do that right now because it's just literally a little gap. These are the backs of the panels for the shower enclosure, and we added some pieces of wood to reinforce so that when we maybe in the future put some glass doors, there's gonna be some material there so that we can screw it onto that. This is the glue that Juan is putting so that we can attach the panels. In reality, I don't think it's necessary because we're gonna be using some screws at the top. And this is the sealer that I was talking to you about. It's the amp, and we're gonna put it all along the bottom of the tub and anywhere where there's gonna be seams. One of the biggest mistakes that we made in this whole renovation was doing this installation right here. If you're not completely ready to install all of the walls, do not, and I repeat, do not start installing anything until you're completely ready to install everything at once. So we are, I believe, on the third week. I'll go back and check and put something here if that's not true. But it's Wednesday, and the last time I worked here was on Monday with Juan, and we installed this last panel, which turned out to be a huge fiasco because we had already put these two panels before that are right here, this one and this one. But the day that we installed these two, Juan didn't bring his saw, which is this one here, to open up the hole for the handle. And so everything was set up here. We put glue, we put everything, but we didn't install this last panel. And so that turned out to be on Monday because we installed it on Saturday. On Monday when he came back and he brought his saws, he had that one that I showed you, and then the little one for the tub here. And what happened was, you can imagine, I don't know if you can imagine or not, but what happened was that when we tried installing this one, it was crazy. We couldn't get it in. It wouldn't go all the way in here. Like, it would go down on this side, but this side over here, the back, was not coming down because there was, what happened was that when we glued it, the brackets, some of it, like this wall, this is in two pieces. So this part here was not all the way to the back. And so there was like a little gap in the brackets. And then I think at the bottom too, like it was moved. And then the panel itself, because we left it standing instead of leaving it like on its side, it kind of warped a little bit. So that's really important to know. If you're not gonna use them, don't take them out of their container until you know that it's gonna be go time. And leave them in the slots that they have so that they can be straight. But either way, even if that had happened, that it was straight and all, it wouldn't have helped either because, like I was telling you, this was already stuck into place how it was. And the good thing would have been to just leave it, like finish the whole thing the same day, so that if there was any adjusting, the glue and everything that was put behind the panels wouldn't have hardened so much that we couldn't move it in. Thankfully, it was good enough so that we could get them in and have them nice and, you know, squared and get it in there. But it was kind of crazy, and I put it on time lapse, but it doesn't do it justice, guys. At one point, I thought that we were gonna have to buy a whole new wall enclosure, but thankfully we made it happen and we didn't have to. Next, I focused on the wall all around the enclosure, and I'm not gonna lie, guys, it took me a while. I think it was like almost a whole day. I had to make everything completely perfect. All of the walls had to be even, and that way we could put in the texture and it would look nice. And I also went all around the enclosure with some silicone to seal it. Another important bit in the whole renovation is putting silicone everywhere that you need to put silicone, because you need to isolate and make it a watertight enclosure as much as possible. If you take a shower, it splashes out of the tub here, or you take a bath as well. So you need to be ready, because we are going to be putting trim down here, but we also need to put behind that, underneath that, it needs to have silicone so that it's watertight. This one prevents mold and mildew, so that's a good thing. It's a DAP amp that I'm using all over the enclosure. So we're going to use it to go underneath for silicone, right here along the tub for making it watertight, and hopefully get it all nice and ready. And I'm also making sure that when I put in the silicone, I'm gonna try to fill in the gap as much as possible, not just on the surface, but go deeper so that it's really, really watertight. This is what I've been up to all day, just patching up the walls, putting more joint compound around where I had already started. And then I did the ceiling all around the enclosure by where the flaps are, all around, and I did it too here on the tub, on like right there at the base. And then I did joint compound and the seams on the wall right here. I patched up the hole when Juan was doing the opening for the shower head. He busted a little bit the drywall, and then it was bumpy, and I just wanted it to be like really nice and flat, because when we put this attachment, that's like the smaller one for the shower head, then I didn't want it to be like all busted. So it's harder to work or to try to fix it. You just have to replace the whole piece. Then I worked a little bit here on the top and the ceiling. I need to figure out how to close that hole there and go to the roof as well and close it off, put a lid on it. Here I didn't do much because I didn't have time. Honestly, you'll see I did a little bit more work on the other side, but there's where I patched up and I had to shimmy the base for where I had to put the drywall where the shower head is. And then I need to come back here and fix this. Although this is just gonna be a closet, I just wanna, you know, make it nice and seal it with joint compound. And then I need to get rid of this cabinet, a medicine cabinet. On this other side, I closed off a little bit more of the wall here, and then I did the seams. There's a little bit of busted places around, so I need to see if I can shave off some things there. But I left this open because Juan still needs to do the connections for the outlets and the switches. And so that's gonna be something that I'm leaving open until he does the work that he needs to do. So that's what I've done. It takes a lot of time, guys, but it's looking so much better, don't you think? Let me just zoom out. Can I zoom out? Come on. There you go. So texture is gonna be next. A little bit more joint compound there, and then texture. The same here, everywhere. And looking good. So we got more updates. Juan already installed this, which I was out and he came and he started working, and this is done. So this is already installed. I just have to finish the wall. That's cool. The light doesn't really let us see the gold, but it's really cool. And then right here, we got like a whole thing. So we closed some holes over here, but then we punched out a bunch more here. So I don't know what we're playing here, but it looks like we are in a, I think like, I'm feeling like those town fair games where you just punch a hole, you know, you keep punching the little guy that comes out. That's what's happening here. So this is what's going on. This is for the switch for the lights that are gonna go up here, over there that you can see, and there's gonna be a GFCI outlet as well. That's gonna be in the middle. We're gonna have 2 mirrors on each side, and those are the cables that are gonna be where it's gonna be hardwired, because we need it to be hardwired. The first thing that happened, we bought some mirrors that are LED, but unfortunately the mirrors had they were plugging only, and so you would have to see the cable. So I didn't like that, and I decided to get some more like different ones, the same but with the ability to do the hard wiring. So I'm gonna leave a link in the description box so you can see that. And so he's running all of this electricity to go where it needs to go. Now the other thing that I wanted to tell you about is this window. The vanity is gonna, when you see it installed, it's gonna run over like a little bit, like a couple of inches into the window. So we were thinking that we need to eliminate this window, maybe put it on this side, up on top of the toilet. and then close out this part. So I don't know if that's gonna happen right now, but we are thinking about doing the switch of the window. But that's how much we have progressed in this. And I don't know, maybe tomorrow we'll get in the vanity. I keep saying the same thing over and over again, but hopefully at one point. Oh man, I forgot. I went to the Home Depot and I didn't see the trim. But anyways, I didn't have time because I needed to bring the boxes, the electrical boxes for Juan to work. And so maybe tomorrow I'll have time later. Okay guys, so here is how everything is looking. It's pretty much the same how I showed you, but now you can see on the floors I've prepared cardboard and some paper to be able to do the walls. I'm going to attempt to do the orange peel on the walls. Juan left me a hopper, which is this thing that I'll show you later, where you can put some joint compound and then just spray the orange peel instead of using the cans, because the cans, like I mentioned, I think I mentioned it to you, oops, in one of the videos, these are like $22, $23 each, but I have joint compound and I can just mix it and spray it. So let's give it a go and try to do it. He hasn't been able to come in the past, well, just yesterday, but the day that he came last, which was Monday, he did this. He finished the, like, smoothing out the walls in this space, and we closed out all the holes. You can see how nice everything is looking now. Not the big holes that I had left. And he's like, I don't like those holes, let's get them patched up. And I'm like, okay. I was going to do, leave them a little bit open and then put this little covers. That's another option. If the hole is too big, you can just do something like this. I opened it up, but there's no need now because as you can see, they're all patched and nice. Now this area is good, ready for spraying. I just have to cover everything, do all the preparations. This area is good too. It's good to go for spraying as well. I just have to prep it and cover the tub enclosure. You can see the tub enclosure looking really nice. Have to clean up the tub, but I also have to cover the tub. Everything is installed. I just have to fix this part here where you can still see the tape. I don't like that, so we'll need to address that. So basically we're ready to go, guys, and all I need to do is, you know, the texture on the walls. That's what's holding me back at this point, and finishing all of the rest of these details that need to be finished. And from there, it's getting the vanity. Get the vanity in. I can't stress how much I've been like saying that I thought that was gonna be the first thing going in, and this is the last thing going in, guys. The good thing is that I got it on time because it was on sale, so I had a small window to get it. But that's basically it. So I'm just waiting. I'm gonna do the texture, finish the walls, and then hopefully when Juan comes in today, hopefully he can come in today, we can get the vanity in. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to figure out how to get that thing in, because my sister is about to come in a couple of days and we need that done, and I need to start like decorating and getting things ready. Not only that, I have to decorate and clean the house. I need to start working. Bye. I made a bigger hole, but it's all for the good, guys. This is the tube that I cut off, and now I have to clean up. The good thing is that I did put some stuff here on the top so that it doesn't get dirty. I can clean that up real quickly, but let's go to the root of the cause. You can see here that the vent was here. Oh, something got in my eye. And so I made a type of square, very abstract, very modern. And now I just need to patch it up. One thing that I noticed is that it's double the width or the height of the, so it's like a double piece of drywall. So I'm gonna have to double it and also put a piece of wood through so that it can stick and I can screw it and it can have something to grab onto. Up on top, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna go close that off because it's not gonna do us any, it's not gonna serve a purpose anymore. So I'm just gonna close it so that the water doesn't come in. And I've noticed in the other houses that they all have the same thing, and I'll show you outside, but it doesn't have like a cover on top, so it's kind of weird. Let's go outside. So do you see that? That's the vent. It doesn't have a little cover on top or anything like that. Something like this or nothing. So I'm wondering, and I've seen the other houses because I've been checking out the houses around me and as I drive, and they all have the same thing. Why don't they have a cover? Kind of crazy. So this is what I'm doing with the patch. You can see here that I put a little piece of wood, which I pre-drilled, but I think I went too hard here. So this one is just so that I can hold it while I'm screwing it. Now I'm gonna take it off, and then I'm gonna put my piece of drywall, another screw to attach the drywall, and then I can start doing the joint compound. I'm gonna put my mesh tape. But this helps to even out and just patch the hole faster. So we are gonna give it a go with the hopper and the joint compound. I'm gonna try to do this. I saw a couple of videos and I kind of have an idea, what it is that I need to do. So this is the consistency that I'm doing. And I'm gonna do my trial here in, I don't know if you can see the space here. Yeah, you can. I put cardboard, and that's gonna be my testing area. And my dad was supposed to be here, but he left. So I needed him to help me with the compressor. So we'll figure it out. But I'm gonna put this here. I put my material. Okay, it's gonna get noisy, guys. Guys, it has been a long day just trying to get, you wouldn't think that doing the drywall is a lot of work, but actually it is. It's incredible because I've had to like make everything even before putting the texture, and that way I could have it. Today was all day doing wall, trying to fix the walls, trying to get them even, and any spots that were kind of wavy, because I had to fill in some spots. I had to just make a lot of joint compound, and I didn't like making it with the powder because it really just sets super fast. It says 20 minutes, but it's like a 5 minute. So in the end, guys, let me just show you here. You won't really be able to make too much of it, but I'll try to I'll do it anyway. So I showed you a little bit of what Juan was doing. He was putting the joint compound. He mixed the joint compound where it was a little bit thicker, and he was able to go back and do another pass everywhere. And you can see some spots here where it still hasn't dried completely. So there's that. We did this wall where I think, oh yeah, it is filled. It's just you can't see it because of it's drying already. So we did all this. Well, he did it. I just watched. And then here he did this part. So once that's done, now the only part that I need to do is this right here, because this is where we took out the side. I don't know what it's called, the corner bead. I took it out, so now I have to like shape it in a way, somehow, and make it round. And then here, this one I like, maybe because I can see it because of the light, but it looks like a good finish. This one's more like normal. I think the other side was a little bit bigger, or maybe because it hasn't dried, I see that it's bigger spots, bigger orange peel. And then over here, we did this spot and the ceiling. And then here down below, I have to let that dry, finish it, and then do the texture again, back on again. I won't do it with the hopper because I think it's just too much just to do those little spots. Or maybe I will, I don't know, but I already washed it, cleaned it, made it so that it's ready to go. And I do have one can that I can still use for this spot over here and this other one over here. I didn't do texture on this side because honestly, this is gonna be the closet, it's gonna be enclosed. So no, maybe I will do some over here in this. I forgot to tell him to do that one. It would have been good. And maybe a little bit up here where it's kind of flat, because it was too wet when he troweled it, and it just smeared a little bit there. Okay guys, so we are about to finish this project, and that means that there's a lot of buttoning up to do in this bathroom. There's not that much left, but there is very important things left to do. So here's the order of things that we need to do. I need to paint the bathroom, mainly on this side right now. That's the main part because we need the vanity to come in. So this wall over here and this side over here, and anywhere else that I can, I'll do that. But this is the most important because Juan is coming tomorrow. He's gonna hook up the lights. He's gonna put in the mirrors, and he's going to change this GFCI. I changed it so that, let me just show you here. Because I forgot that I didn't want it with the color. This is more like for the outdoors. And so we're gonna change it to the white so that it looks nice. And then he's gonna do all that electrical. Then he's going to, once we get the vanity in, install the vanity. I need to go get some P-traps. I need to remember that. I don't know what else. I need to ask him. And after that, he's gonna do that. He's gonna close up everything that he opened underneath the house. And then basically that. And then I need to start the closet, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. So that's gonna be for a later project. But the main things that are the vanity, the shower, the tub, and the toilet, thankfully the toilet, my sister said, if the toilet is working, as long as we have 2 toilets, we're golden. So, and well, we do have the shower and tub working, so we're good. So this is what we did. We had to enclose everything to do the texture. So I think we're good. We're in a good thing. I have to go throw out everything that is no longer in use and no longer serving a purpose here, because I don't want to accumulate any more junk. Although sometimes things, you know, they're useful. I just want to be over with some of the stuff. So I'll keep whatever is more important, and then the rest, it has to go to the trash. So guys, that is it for right now. I'm excited, but I'm also like, time is ticking. So we're gonna have to do this somehow. I'll try to see if I can still go to the Home Depot tonight so that I can have everything tomorrow ready, and I don't even have to go anywhere. And because you waste time, a lot of time when you go to the Home Depot. It's kind of crazy, but you do. Okay guys, so next time, I don't know if this is gonna be one video or another video, I have no idea, but we're gonna go for the finish line, guys. Let's go.